Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. We're going to carry on exactly where we left off. So, we just left the rocky world. We're going to go over here. Ooh. Yeah, we'll start holding Xenotech. Yeah, we'll take that lot down. Same team. Why not?
Abelard, I've been meaning to ask, how are you keeping it together so well? Don't you ever feel awful without her?
Enough, Tlas. We have a duty to the new rogue trader. You would do well to focus on that. If you keep your mind busy, you will have less opportunity to fill it with awful things.
Good advice. Containing remnants of stone and frisco depicting black spots surrounded by a structure of some sort. Goods. And we have more goods up over here.
It's weird. My mind is completely empty. Not a single whisper, no premonitions. Nothing. Just empty. The witch's mind is at ease. I must be doubly on my guard.
Another rusty cogitator. Ropes and cables end abruptly at the edge of the pit, vanishing into the gathering darkness. Inscription. Touch the darkness and the darkness will accept you. Not sure I like the sound of that.
This could be an opportunity.
Oh.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Examine the pit. The bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look into its depths, the stronger the feeling grows. So this darkness isn't just an absence of light. Creepy. Grox knows what it is. It's beyond my remit. Nope.
Keep your wits about you.
So whatever it is, it's not something nice. But we managed to avoid its grasp. Another inscription. Come on.
The whispers taught me how.
Speak to the fear that dogs you. You know what? Nah. I'd rather not. But a report shows up on your personal cogitator screen. Unknown ships are towing an interstellar sextant. A cargo ship belonged to one of Footfall's wealthiest traders. It looks like pirates have been off more than they can chew and have now been forced to drag the ship to a more secluded place where they can plunder it. As soon as they see you, the escort ship's charged into battle. Once the captive sextant powers up its warp engines, unless you interrupt the preparation for jump, the cargo ship will vanish. Don't let it get away. There we go.
Finally, some real action.
Okay, we're going to pop a torpedo just here.
Might sort them out. Make every shot count.
Viper as well. Okay. Let us pass between them.
Macro cannon, open fire. Let them taste our fury. With the force of a supernova.
If I'm right, I should be able to shoot that. Viper's coming in. Right, so first is first. Next.
Helmsman, take us in.
Cool.
Make every shot count. Macro cannon, open fire. Launch battery, fully. Torpedoes away.
And we're going to turn to match it. Wonder what he's up to. Okay, we're just going to pull alongside. Oh good, we stopped it. So we're going to do a quick 180.
All hands, prepare for acceleration. Engage the engines. With the force of a supernova.
Right, certainly got rid of that one. Swing the torpedoes around. Straight into the Viper.
Another victory of two great dynasties, Lord Captain.
Short range, okay. Not bad. Ship. Dorsal lance, I like that. Upgraded hull. We're not really using the RAM, so there we go. Posts, let's have a look. She's useless at that. Shield Master, most definitely. Master Maneuvers. Warp Channeler. Yeah. Master of Aesthetics. Vulnerability Scan. Okay. Oh, it is most definitely better. A Ghost Sword. Why not? Yeah, we'll keep it on that. Give her that. There's only one person really who should have the Blessed Bolter casings, isn't there? So that one only works when they're dumb. Okay, safing that one out. Okay. Trouble needs to arrive from Janus, your lordship, while digging the irrigation date workers found a Xeno obelisk made of unknown material. It was delivered to the laboratory and subjected to a test, one of which caused the reaction. The obelisk generated low frequency vibration. Oh dear. A series of anomalies were recorded in the Epsilon 2 Majoris regions. Almost like Janus itself is biting us there. Many logistical chains have been disrupted. The only people who visit the uncontrolled territory are the wretches fleeing deeper into the region in greater and greater numbers. Observers report strange fires in the sky at night, completely imperceptible to the augurs. The esteemed ultra-questers are gathering outlaws and fortune hunters for an expedition to the heart of the region. They assume such a priceless trove of Xenomech is waiting for them. What exactly happened? The vegetation demonstrated a remarkable ability for wild growth. It took the plants only 2 days to overrun the agri-complexes in the region. Extinct species of local megafauna have been spotted in the newly formed jungle, aggressive and acting with unnatural cohesion. Ooh. How are the wretches involved? We do not know. It's as if they all received the signal, tending to abandon their work and rush deep into the afflicted territory. Someone stopped by watchmen appointed by your order. Unfortunately, still 100 made their way into the region. I'll wait your proposals. Genesis' natural order is rising up. It's a lucky coincidence that the planet boasts experts who specialise in both controlling and destroying life. Reports from the Magos Biologist Chapel make no mention of storing weapons of mass destruction. I have no doubt they possess some, they always do. I see no reason not to use them against all this, whatever it is. Deployment of fortified research stations is affected sectors is recommended. The benefit of gathering more information justifies increased casualty rate among personnel. The wretches know more about this pestilent growth than we do, something we must rectify quickly. We should capture some of these mutants, force them to cooperate. May the Omnicide be merciful to the souls who give their lives in the name of attaining knowledge. Audacity of Janus torpedo launchers. First state knife has said to pay for the lives of many watchmen who fought against Lord Janus's. Okay, so now what can we do? Forest Fortress. Profit factor security. Weapons. There we go. Shippy Midip. For Eldari Sonic torpedoes. Ooh. I like the sound of that. Okay. We're gonna hop round. Make that a bit safer. An incredible find is made on Foulstone. A lost volume of St. Keith's diary has been discovered during the restoration of his crypt. By the following saint's words, the Order of the Hammer was able to find a cryoptarch containing a tech relic of St. Cognitus, the Crucible. Keith's writing on it are vague. It's called the Sculptor and Transformer, granting life and grace. The explorers sent delegation to lay claim to the treasures, which has sparked a heated dispute been going on for many days. But the main points of dispute. The tech priests claim that the privileges of the Adeptive Mechanicus oblige the Order of the Hammer to hand any sacred architect over to them. They argue that the Crucible should be considered not a personal possession of the saint, but an object temporarily entrusted into his care. The Order of the Hammer rejects this thesis, insisting that the right to care for such a sacred object belongs to the Ecclesiarch's cult, and since Cognitus was canonized, then the Crucible should be regarded as a blessed relic, not archaeotech. How fierce are the deliberations? Quite. Discussions have been happening now for more than 8 cycles without interruption. Both sides have provided more than 100 experts on scholarly wisdom and law and have put forward around 4,000 theses, arguments and testimonies. A special administrator and commission comprised of 200 armed clerks has arrived to pass a verdict and enforce the law. This may well be the largest religious dispute in Expanse's history. But Negimus does not seem too keen on fighting. It seems he is subtly preparing the Order for the loss of this dispute and is trying to avoid an uproar in the priesthood. What say my companions? It is likely research contained in these ancient treatises and archival repositories of the Adeptus Mechanicus will provide a factual information on a similar precedent. I expect some of my computing power to find such a case and provide my brothers and sisters with the information that is necessary to win the dispute. I believe the chronicles of our main conclave describe mystical miracles witnessed by zealots while praying at an ancient banner of St. Cappius. Should the Crucible perform a similar miracle, then no doubt remain it is indeed a holy relic and not the property of the Adeptus. I relaw your will to the participants. Obeying the words of the Lord, the explorers and the monks started looking for ways to reach a compromise. It took them several cycles to formulate and record all agreements and vows, but eventually an alliance was concluded. In the process of forming an alliance, the monks and tech priests have discovered they have something in common. Both groups hold strong convictions and are truly devoted to their relics. The two sides are now endeavouring to see one another as like-minded supporters and not mere reluctant allies. Research into the Crucible has identified it as a device for surface terraforming fueled by geothermal energy of the planet. It could turn a wasteland into a blooming garden. However, a way to launch it has yet to be found. Yeah. The Hammer of Epiphany. Okay. Giannis, what projects do we have? Still working on the Forest Fortress. I don't want heretical. projects. That's what we want. Down to the palace we go. We'll take Hendrix with us. Shouldn't take us long anyway, we're just organising a... gathering for House of Celio. Servitors all over the place. Couple of wardens. At least no one's smashing through this time. Nobles. Helikiva Gamma's delegation. Shady character. Couple of aristocrats having a conflab. The Yanis delegation. Same thing. Servitors preparing a big old tarantula. Space Crusader had the tarantula back in the day. Pretty sure it was. Clementia. The Lordship, by his is beneficial to your physical and mental state. Understand the heir to protect you must have his hands full. One shouldn't forget about rest. Allow me to report. The esteemed navigators found Celio have taken resident guests to take way to meet with you. How would you like to receive them? Made up. I understand your lordship. Would you like to hold them? Yes, Cassie and I are ready for the talks. Good. Regent Aranto D'Orsilio, esteemed delegation, the Rogue Trader and the Von Valancia's Protectorate welcome you. Come this way, please. I spent some profit factor on that. I'm hoping that A, they liked it, and B, I'll get a decent reward out of that. The esteemed representatives and the nervous nobility arrived at the Road Traders' Court. The regent of the Great House Orselio, Alonto Orselio. His companion, Lady Gasselia, Navigator Liso Simon Orselio, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandria Orselio, Lady Navigator Elena Hatalia Orselio, and Navigator Danax Orselio. Lots of Orselios. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky unblinking eyes. His loose skin sways with his every move as if the navigator's flesh is detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face wherever his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Rogue Trader, the reader's piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Orselio, I would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting, our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know there are still lords in the Commons Expanse who observe etiquette and the traditions of hospitality, and yet this is not why we are here. Our Grace is obliged to note how the Rogue Trader has done for House Orselio by protecting its beloved child, who it may turn to behold her radiant visage. Come now, child, there is much we need to discuss. Esteemed Regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the Rogue Trader I stand here today, and there is much I want to tell you. What is it you desire to hear most? We know that happened at Station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orselio is grateful for the Rogue Trader for the destruction of the saboteurs, and we're willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it's time to depart for your new home so we may finish what we started. Esteemed Regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the Road Trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of Cassia. I would be honoured if you decided to say. Unthinkable. Uh-oh.
Don't just stand there. Help the Rogue Trader defend the child and the palace.
Down with Tisiphone's tyranny! Kill the god!
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
You go over there. Argenta, you go there. You're over there, you're fine. Abelard. Get right up in their face. Me. There you go, as far as that. Hendrix, you come up over here. And you hide behind there.
Cogitation failed. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved. Running binary override.
There you go.
Quick!
Look out!
Greg Demerau! My faith strengthens me.
My palace really isn't very secure, is it?
Of the Imperium! I won't go down easily.
Cassia, move up. So we'll just go for the AoE.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
As the Emperor commands!
That's it, keep closing him.
Frighten me.
Weapon at the ready. Follow my lead.
Moving out.
Argenta.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. My Emperor! As the Emperor commands, I act.
The Emperor is on our side.
Hello.
Let's see to it. Naturally.
I must not falter.
Follow my lead.
Sorry, he's dead next turn anyway.
Dare you? Weather the storm! I mean, Lord Captain!
High momentum.
Indeed. Target well struck. We'll rule the stars themselves. Target well struck. It will be done. I took care of this one. At your beck and call.
There we go. Loads of damage.
I will do my duty.
Oh, I finally get a go.
Lay your guard down. On it.
Me? Insist, Lord Captain.
High momentum.
This way.
Cool.
Isn't this a job for the stars?
Might be.
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
Moving up.
I'll make it happen.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Best defense is a good offense.
That'll do.
Break their morale.
Follow my lead.
High momentum.
I won't object to it.
Oh, I bet you won't.
I feel the power surging. Let's see to it. Be gone. I need a foothold. But of course, your reckoning is due. Let's see to it. Nothing stands against me.
That worked.
Emperor, protect me.
Oh, there.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Looks as good as done.
Didn't even see him.
High momentum.
Let's quickly level everybody up. Right, we'll give him that. Okay. Useful. Let's give her more awareness. More tech use. Extra wounds, because he always seems to go down. Grab that one as it adds to the extra attacks that he has. Give her a bit more law knowledge. Bit more Xenos knowledge. Extra dodge for when he's killed someone. That works.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
Mercy. The lead navigator covers her face with her disfigured scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, most of that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Road Trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harbouring a monster that is currently pretending to be an innocent mate. Spare me. I, Elena Hatia Orcelio, will swear to you that the whole truth about the madness is devouring House Orcelio like a malignant tumour. Do not let the Regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. Your fate will be decided during trial. I will hear wish to tell me. Thank you for your lenience. She's charged with attempted murder of Noviter Air Cassia Acelio, the attempted murder of Rogue Trader, and the attack on the palace. Let the trial commence. I, Alina Hatter of House Orcelio, swear to tell the Rogue Trader nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. Pathetic. Silence. With all due respect, House of Celio has hardly covered its up in glory thus far today. It is time that its representatives answer before the road trader. Representative of your house made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked the road trader. Road trader, House of Celio humbly asked for your lenience and forgiveness. We would not imagine these vile rats would be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the road trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. I believe you, yet this is the second attempt that's been made on Cassie's life and I need answers. We'll wait to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me more about the renegades. Madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous novator Trisiphon of Celio. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed, the fools. If the outlets were to be destroyed, the whole of House of Celio fall into oblivion. Why do they want to destroy the relic? They dread its power, for only a novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Why are people trying to kill Cassia? Everyone at the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to great novator Trisiphon of Celio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Trisiphon had abdicated her responsibility and set off for paths unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. She really carried the Atlas. We believe it with all our heart. The novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the novator. Trisiphon gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her a precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and marking her as her successor. What do you know about Cassia's unbridled powers? A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, powers cannot take hold of her mind. Looks like House of Celio has fallen on hard times. To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we've managed to maintain a fragile balance within our house, but then the novator's departure shook the faith of many. The treasury is empty, navigators are scattered, warproofs are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it's important to complete the child's education. It's Cassie's duty to take Trisiphon's place to lead the house to posterity. I think I've heard enough. Do acknowledge your words. I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Trisiphon ascended to the throne of Celio. She was a daring navigator who brought part of the house to the expanse, hoping to strengthen our position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Trisiphon was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control. She saw enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving Trisiphon insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Trisiphon used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will and mould our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. At first, many branches of House of Celio tried to resist her tyranny, and Trisiphon cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Sethala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth about its creation. I understand Trisiphon's transgressions. What's any of that due to Lady Cassia? Trisiphon passed her Atlas to her successor before fleeing the house, to a newborn child. We could not surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Trisiphon was cunning and treacherous, so she must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she'd be reborn in Cassia's body, and we could not let that happen. Largely yes, but there is more. Have you ever felt pure, unadulterated disgust while standing close to, or perhaps fury or fear? Who but a monster can manipulate the minds and feelings of others, even more so than Trisiphon herself did? Well, why didn't you attack before? Why now? Trisiphon always had plenty of opponents. We were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow in 5 years after the heir was born, striking at the estates on ERTV. But the girl survived. The regent Alonto hid her away, so far away, guarded so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find her. And then another 2 get into the regent's good graces and reach Act 5. Now Cassia is in the spotlight and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely it's no better time to cut off the serpent's head. So, you admit Agent Avonto was not aware of the assassination attempt. Regent Avonto is guilty of mass killings, intimidation and human torture, abetting Trisiphon and raising her heir. His crimes are many, but this one is not among them. I'd love to see his head on the chopping block, but honour forbids me from slandering him in a trial. What else was she guilty of? Her madness weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the novator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. Truth is, no one knows the truth, and I hope she's rotting away on one of her secret worlds. I think I've heard enough. The road trade now knows about the regent's atrocities and the girl's corruption. I hope I succeed in warning you about the danger that lurks beneath. Lady Cassie, you're an inch-part. This what would you do in my place? If I may speak, so many dirty colours pour from the mouths of those present. I feel covered in filth from head to toe. As for the future Novita, I want to blame them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me. I am the one to blame for what happened today. I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house. Vile wretch, who do you think you are? You will now start killing those who displeased you, Trisfon did before you. Hear us, child. This burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You are not yet ready. I implore you to settle this conflict. Offer the road trader a 100-year contract with House Orcelio, committing us to charting the shortest and safest routes for Von Valencia's protectorate with the Cronus Expanse. I will remain aboard the road trader's vessel in the system until he decides otherwise, or until duty to House summons me to the Novita's seat. I accept your offer. Thank you, Sigmund, road trader. So be it. We failed to notice our child had grown up and become strong. He may stay with the road trader until the house summons you. His influence is anomalous, but it has served to bring out Blessed Trisfon's most precious talent, the talent of leadership. We are now bound by the terms of the contract. Your representatives may contact House Orcelio at any time or we will respond. Oh, one more thing. Protect the child like the apple of your eye. Remember that you have a future Novita of the Navis Nobilite house on board your vessel. There we go. So I keep my navigator. Which can only be a good thing. My phone. There. Let's get back to my ship. To the Void Ship Bridge. We'll go towards Cassia, and then that should be the end of that one. Fingers crossed. Down we go.
It is so fortunate you have come. I admit I was seeking you out myself. After the events on Dargonus, it felt like an anthracite grey mantle had dropped on my shoulders. I spent a long time thinking about our very first meeting and what happened next. I cannot wait to shake off this dreary colour. It was very naive of me to follow in the footsteps of the man who raised me in a gilded cage. And I was deaf to the needs of my own house. You opened my eyes. As the future Novateur, I must gain wisdom to restore House Orcelio to its former glory, no matter the cost. Thank you. It will be an honor to keep guiding your vessel through the Sea of Souls, for as long as the needs of our dynasties are aligned.
Let me talk about something else.
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
I would never reveal this secret to an outsider. But you have come to my aid more than once already. The Starway Atlas is a sacred artifact of House Orcelio. It helps our navigators chart a course through the warp. This crystal, the Atlas, has been inside me for as long as I can remember, giving me strength. But the others... I noticed the renegades in the palace were choked by ashen ghosts of despair when we met face to face. I swear the ghosts were reaching for their atlases.
But my Atlas is much more powerful than the others. It's the Atlas of Tisiphone herself. That is what people have whispered behind my back my whole life, although no one knew for certain. But I always suspected. I simply did not wish to admit it to myself. Certain navigators in my house have tried to kill me more than once. But the tales of Tisiphone's brutality, I'm beginning to wonder. What if they are all true? What if I will be a new tormentor to those who serve me? Thank you for listening. I have enjoyed your company.
Well, that's the end of that. But before we're going to just head back to the star map. And then we're going to leave it there. Just before we head off. Been another long one, this one. But there we go. Like I said, we're going to leave that there. So again, thanks for your time. And for the minute, I've been Cappadocia. Signing off.